Hello and welcome to the Feminine Millionaire Show. I'm your host, Polly Alexander. I'm a success coach, healer, creative, and future millionaire. If creating money and success in a spiritual and feminine way is your goal, this show is for you. Understand how to overcome your past, bring your soul's greatest gifts to the world, and uplevel your income, impact, joy, and happiness. Join me on my journey to creating a 7-figure business and learn the business mindset, spiritual, and lifestyle changes I make along the way. Let's all rise together. Hello and welcome to today's episode, which is all about joining a high-level program or mastermind. And I'm going to dive into how I got the mindset and the means to join my first high-level program and the difference it made to my life. This is something I've never spoken about before, and it was really a game changer in my life, and I think you'll find today inspiring. So we move through January, and I'm starting to feel the energy return. I don't know about you, but it feels like things are starting to move. Things are opening up. Spring is coming. As you can probably hear from my voice, I am still transitioning out of the detox. I came down with a cold as the liver and the body cleansed. So we're just navigating the end of that. I'm sat here today recording this for you at home, and I'm in my art studio. I actually manifest a home with a spare room that could become an art studio. It was a deal I made with the universe. So I come and paint in this room, and I've got floor to ceiling glass. And from here, I can see my pool and the sea. I can see the horizon, infinite ocean, the land. It's so incredible. And it wasn't that long ago that this was beyond even a dream for me. So 7 years ago, I joined what was my first high-level program, so a year-long program or mastermind. And for those of you that don't know, a mastermind can have different definitions, but essentially it's a group of people that come together to move forwards, and you can ask advice from the group on the problems you're having in business, the challenges you're having, how to handle things, and people will all contribute together. Now, what I joined was a little different. It had aspects of a mastermind, but it was led by a mentor. So it had business teaching and business mentoring as part of that, and live events as well. And that's pretty much how I run my Thrive Beautifully mastermind now. I find to have the inspiration and support of your peers and the guidance of a mentor is the most powerful combination. So I'm going to dive in today to this pivotal decision to join a mastermind, which essentially created the foundations for this incredible life that I'm blessed to live now. When I joined the mastermind, I didn't have an online business. I didn't even know what an online business was. I wasn't a coach, and I had no aspirations to become one. I was a photographer at the time, and I was going through a divorce. I had just lost my mother suddenly and unexpectedly. There was a lot of non-ideal conditions in my life. So you could have said, this is completely the wrong time. You don't have spare money, you don't have spare time, you're not ready. But that decision to join my first high-level program laid the foundations for everything I experienced today. It was really me starting to turn things around in a new direction and open up much bigger expectations for myself. This is when I started to aim higher, aim bigger, and ask for more. And I'm going to dive into why and how I did that today to inspire you what's possible when you make this kind of high-level commitment to yourself and your business. So I had been private coaching. I'd hired a coach to help me navigate this challenging time of my life. and we rebranded my photography business, and I'd fallen back in love with it, and it had started to go really well again. And yet, some of the personal challenges of my life, the financial responsibility that came with my change in circumstances, the personal struggles, I really knew that I needed support. So I'd hired a one-to-one coach, and I'd created some great results during my time together. And then when it came to renewal time, she explained that she was taking a break from coaching to go back to study. But she sent me to a new program that one of her mentors was launching. I'd never signed up to anything that cost this much money in my life. And we're going back 7 years. From memory, it was around $7,500 at the time. This was completely alien to me, and the program had no track record. There were no testimonials from people that had done it before because it was completely new. However, something inside me called me. Something inside me said, do it. You can only gain from it. And what really called me was the money mindset work that was an important part of the journey. And first of all, I had to wrap my head around spending that much money. And if I remember correctly, I actually put it on my Amex. And I figured that I would be able to pay that off. I believed in myself and I trusted in myself. And I knew that things could be different. I just had that burning knowledge inside me that said it doesn't have to be this way. Things don't have to be this much of a struggle. It's time to learn from others. It's time to change your mindset, and it's time to make things easier. But I got so much more than I expected from this journey. So I'm going to share with you now 10 ways it changed my life. So the first way was that I started spending time around women experiencing a whole different level of success to that which I had previously been around. So I'd been a photographer for coming up to a decade, and there's a kind of range of income that most photographers earned. And by this point, I was doing well, but I started to be around people on a whole other level. And I remember one of my friends in the program having an $80,000 month. That blew my mind. I didn't even know it was possible if you weren't a banker or a lawyer. So in my mindset, you had to be a trader, a banker, a lawyer to make that kind of money. And all around me were people having 5K, then 10K months in new businesses. And that sort of became normal. So my perception of what was normal was being up-leveled on this journey. You know, I'd previously never seen or heard of women like me making that kind of money. And about a year into my journey, because I actually stayed in this program for 3 years, I came back and did the exact same program again and again and again for the community and for the support along the journey. Although the content wasn't all new to me, I valued the support and I saw what a difference it was making to my life. So about a year in, I had my first £27,000 month, so that was about $35,000. And I firmly believe that it normalized making good money as a woman being in this program. And I've then seen that happen in Thrive Beautifully, the mastermind that I run for women entrepreneurs. I've seen one member go from a €300 month to her first 10K month. I've seen one of the members in November have her first €52,000 month. And when you start to be around these kind of conversations, these kind of results, when you start to see what other people are doing and how they're thinking and how they're showing up, it cuts the timeline to this type of experience coming to you. Tony Robbins said, "The quality of a person's life is most often a direct reflection of the expectations of their peer group." There's a good reason Tony Robbins majors in mastermind groups. It's all about the people that you spend time with. So in my program, we actually meet weekly, apart from the last week of the month, which is implementation week, because the people that you spend time around, they have a profound influence on what you feel is possible. You really do learn from others, and we don't know what we don't know. But when other people ask questions, it gives us answers we didn't know we needed to hear. This is the amazing thing. Other people's struggles open up answers to questions you didn't even know you had until they asked them. You get inspiration from others further ahead of you. You see how they're acting and showing up differently in the decisions they're making. And then you are able to model that. And when you see someone just like you being successful, that makes it possible for you. I remember thinking, this person's not that different to me. I mean, maybe they've been doing it longer. They're probably choosing different actions to me. Maybe they've got more support. Maybe they have more clarity, or they're just handling overwhelm or procrastination in a different way. But I remember thinking, if they can do it, I can do it. Okay, the second way it changed my life is just in making that investment, I changed my perception of myself. I became the woman that was worthy of making a significant investment in herself. And that really shifted my identity in quite a profound way and elevated how I saw myself in the world. Number 3, accountability, right? Let's face it, procrastination, especially on new things, holds us all back. Okay? And coming back each week to a mastermind group holds you accountable to getting stuff done. We have an online community as well where you can post your goals for the week and hold yourself accountable to completing. These mechanisms are super powerful. Okay, number 4, maximize my achievement. So I achieved more in that first year of being in that high level program than in the previous 10 years. Seriously. There was a pressure to show up, even when it wasn't convenient, even when it wasn't comfortable, and even when it wasn't a good time or even the right time. Because I'd signed up and I'd made this investment, I was determined to make it count. I was not available to waste that money. And as a result of taking action and being held accountable, I achieved more in that year than in the previous 10. Okay, number 5, I started thinking differently because of the influence of my mentor and my peers. I made new friends, people that I'm friends with to this day. I made new connections, people that became future clients. And I networked and have collaborated with people I met back during that time. One of my friends from that time has spoken at the Thrive Beautifully Live event. There's all sorts of ways that you may collaborate with people in future. Number 6, it pushed me much faster and further than I would have myself. Now, sometimes we know what we need to do, but we don't get round to it. We make excuses, we go at a slow pace, and then we wonder why we didn't get the results we wanted, or we wonder why we're not where we would love to be. Now, faster is not always better. That's not something I advocate in my programs. However, there is a place for leaning in and taking action. Money loves speed. Money loves speed. Money loves fast action taking. And I would never have launched a coaching business, which I did that year, and had my first 10K month as a new coach without the support and the container. It pushed me much faster and further than I would have on my own. Now, I had to do the work. I had to be willing to show up to the calls and to take action. There is no magic fix. We do the work ourselves. We make the decision to show up. But the container is almost like the fertile soil that we can grow in. Number 7, this high-level program made new things seem possible. Things that normally I would have dismissed. Oh, I'm not the kind of person that can do that. Oh, that's not my talent. That's too difficult for me. I'll do that later down the line. All of these things we can tell ourselves. This container made new things seem possible, and I accomplished much more than I thought I would be capable of. And so in the process, I grew and became bigger and more empowered and started fulfilling more of my potential, which was a really amazing feeling to have because it comes from deep inside and has the ability to touch every area of your life. Okay, number 8, it energized me. We all experience dips in energy and motivation. Okay, life happens, but a great program will help you smooth out those bumps and keep going, even when roadblocks halt your progress, like team problems, personal drama, family drama, health issues, or money challenges. It's really easy to get derailed when you are traveling solo or when you do a course here and there, but you don't have that consistent support throughout the year. Real life happens, okay, when you're running a business, and a powerful program holds you accountable to coming back to your goals. It'll help you bounce back quicker. Okay, number 9, it'll educate you. So all of the masterminds I've been a part of have had a program of trainings for learning in addition to the mastermind. And that's what I do in my Thrive Beautifully mastermind. We have over 25 powerful business trainings covering all sorts of topics that you can dip into and use to further your knowledge and your business. We also have a live event, which I think is an incredibly important part of a mastermind, the chance to connect in an intense container. Right now, most of us are doing these online. My mastermind is a global mastermind. So the last year's event, the last 2, were online events, but they are incredibly powerful. So I lead deep healing work, meditations, mindset shifts. And when you gift yourself this kind of container just for you, you can really experience breakthroughs. So one attendee from our 2021 live event wrote to me afterwards and said, after that event, that was such a game changer for me. I made a third of my annual revenue for 2022 after that event. So this is before the new year's even started. She signed a contract for an ideal new client that contributed over 30% of her annual revenue. And the last benefit that really stood out for me was faster and more confident decision making. So I used to spend ages trying to make decisions on things. What font should be on the website? Which logo should I go for? Which designer should I hire? You can see I used to get really tripped up with all the visuals. That was my particular area of perfectionism. And I learned how to become a faster and more confident decision maker. So therefore I started to move forwards, because when we're stuck and we can't make a decision, we just are not moving forwards. We're not making money. We're not moving towards our goals. We're not improving our life. And I could see that an area that was really holding me back was the inability to make decisions, to trust myself. So with the feedback from my mentor and my peers, I would develop new ways of looking at something. I would move past limiting beliefs faster, and I would create new positive beliefs much faster as well. And I really started moving forwards and feeling good about moving forwards and feeling like I was expanding and growing so powerfully with this support. So I hope that this has inspired you as to what is possible. I'm a huge fan of a high-level container of support. It's not for everyone. It's only for you if you're ready to really commit and you're serious about your business and your transformation. If you want to dip your toe in the water, I would recommend doing a short course first. So As I mentioned, the way I run my program is a hybrid mastermind and training program. So it's a mixture of masterminding and business and mindset mentoring. I found, having been a part of a number of masterminds, that in big groups you can get lost in the crowd and you don't get your question answered, or maybe you don't feel seen or heard. I've experienced that in the large masterminds. So I run a small group mastermind. Thrive Beautifully is an intimate group where you have the opportunity to get one-to-one support every week with your business, with decision making, with mindset pieces that are coming up, with fears that are coming up. And it's very different to other business masterminds because it has deep healing as part of it, deep energy healing for mindset pieces. And what we do here is identify the true root cause of what you're experiencing so we can pull the weed out at the roots. So a lot of mindset work just focuses on moving forwards. And it's super powerful to visualize, and it's super powerful to affirm where you want to be. But it doesn't address the root cause in many cases. And so you're moving forward almost dragging a sack of coal with you, just getting stronger at dragging it. But when we can release the sack of coal, things can just flow much more effortlessly as they're supposed to for you. So I'm really excited to announce that the doors are now open for Thrive Beautifully just for a very limited time. Visit thrivebeautifully.com for more details and apply for a conversation with me if you're curious. There is no pushy sales here. It's an exploration of what's possible, what the opportunities are for you in your business, and to see if what the program offers could be a fit for you to help you achieve those goals more easily. Admission is by interview only. I'm looking for women that are the right fit for the group, who will fit into the existing group. It's a very unique program because everybody has a different business and everybody has a unique business plan, if you like. It's not a one size fits all. It is, we've got members making money from one-to-one coaching, from live events, from product sales, from creative services, from healing, from groups, from online courses. It's not a one-size-fits-all program. You're unique, and your business should be too. Okay, and it's this unique mixture of businesses that is so inspiring. I absolutely love leading this program, teaching in this program. It has some very, very special women, and it's all about making more money without working harder so that you can do business in a joyful, feminine, empowered way with time off, with a schedule that fits you, playing to your strengths and what lights you up. So I only open enrolment twice a year. Enrolment is open for the next week to start the program in February. If this calls you, I invite you to visit thrivebeautifully.com. To give you an idea of some of the successes and results, we have women making 10, 20, 30 and even 50k months. They're making more money, but doing it in a more relaxed, less stressful way than ever before. They're booking dream jobs. They're re-energizing, pivoting and expanding their existing businesses, maybe adding new arms to them, rebranding, setting up new systems in the back end, hiring team and delegating, raising their rates, selling out events. They're also making powerful personal changes. Although that's not the focus of the program, it is a business program. And you will need to have an existing business to be eligible to join. The side effect of this is as you become more empowered, more abundant, more authentic, more successful and more happy, the changes ripple out to all those around you. And just this year, 2021, last year, we witnessed one of the members collapse the timeline on her goal to create a new life, which involved her selling a home, finding where to live in the world, buying a home, and she collapsed the timeline by 2 years, making it happen within 6 months. So all sorts of things are possible when you make this kind of high-level commitment to yourself. Thrive Beautifully is a unique and incredibly powerful program to help you become more empowered in your business and in your life. So if you're curious if it's the right fit for you or what it could do for you, then I invite you to book in a conversation with me at thrivebeautifully.com. So, whatever you do this year, make yourself worthy of investing in. It changed my life and it has the power to change yours too. I wish you a wildly abundant week. Bye for now. And there's one really important benefit of joining a high-level mastermind program that I didn't actually mention today. So, within 2 years of signing up for this program, I had more than doubled my income. More money means more options, so I was able to uplevel my lifestyle, I was able to uplevel my travel, I was able to hire a private yoga teacher to come to my home 2-3 times a week. I was able to hire a stylist and uplevel my wardrobe. I started having manicures every week. I started ordering green juices to be delivered to home. It was so powerful in the impact it had on my lifestyle. So this was the most obvious one, but I just wanted to make sure that we didn't skip. I'm all about the money. I'm all about the energy of money, energizing us, up-leveling us, allowing us to experience more of the world. Money is the energy that allows you to do that. So thank you for being with me this week. I have really enjoyed diving into this powerful, undiscussed topic about the power of a high-level program. And if you're enjoying the show, please follow on your favourite podcast platform. I really appreciate how many of you are downloading. You can DM me on Instagram if there's anything that you would like to hear on the show, any requests you have or any feedback. I always love hearing from you. Thank you for being here, and I wish you a blessed and abundant week.